The biggest mistake guys make when trying to become more attractive to women is that they approach it from the male perspective rather than the female perspective. This got me thinking, how can women be attracted to tall, muscular, masculine guys, but at the same time, plenty of women go crazy for BTS members? And how do gorgeous women sometimes end up with men who look completely average? Here's what I realized. What attracts women varies enormously. And our biggest mistake as men is trying to reduce it to an exact science when it's anything but that. In this video, we're going to look at the difference between what guys think women want and what actually attracts women. What you're about to discover will completely change your perspective, especially point number 3, which is forgotten by 95% of men. At its core, the female gaze is driven by story. There's a reason why bestsellers every year are romance novels and their biggest consumers are women. It's the same reason why artists and musicians throughout history have been loved by women. They use their creativity to tell a story. You also tell a story every time you leave your house as a man. You just don't realize it. The way you dress, your hairstyle. But what do you think is the best cut for a guy? Middle part with fade, high fade, mullet, long wavy hair swept off the face, your walk, the way you hold eye contact, your body language. All of this tells a story, and women pick up on it. What I'm about to reveal to you now will probably surprise you. Obviously, women are attracted to or prefer a handsome man, a nice jawline, slight facial hair, height, a lean physique, darker features, and a mix of masculine and feminine characteristics. If you wanted to create a man attractive to the most women in the world, he'd probably look like Cristiano Ronaldo or Michele Moroni from the movie 365 Days. But even when it comes to appearance, there's a huge variance in types. Women have preferences regarding a man's ethnicity and his body type. Make a guy a bit more feminine and you have Zayn Malik. Make him more masculine and you have Chris Hemsworth. But remember, these are just ideals. You yourself, as a man, might like tall blondes, but that doesn't mean you'd refuse a short brunette. So even if women have a type, it doesn't mean they automatically reject everything else. For some reason, when guys discover women's desire to have a man who's tall, rich, and fit, it makes them insecure and hopeless. If you spend an hour in any busy downtown area observing couples through your male gaze, here's what you'll notice. Average guys with average girls and average guys with beautiful girls. This is because through the female gaze, women don't view male attractiveness as a purely physical equation. As men, we put so much effort into improving our physical attractiveness, and it's the only thing we compare when we see a couple. Now, don't get me wrong, women like a guy with a V-taper, just like us men are attracted to women with an hourglass body. At the end of the day, the first thing a woman sees when she meets you is your face, right? Your humor, your voice, your smell, your charisma, your skills, your love language, and so many other aspects still determine how attractive you are through the female gaze. Women are attracted to so much more than just looks. But wait, because what follows will make you understand why you still have every chance. The female gaze is dynamic. Let me explain. If a girl isn't attracted to a guy at first sight, the physical attraction can still grow tremendously once she knows more about you. The majority of men fall into the "yeah, he's all right" category. As the girl gets to know him, he can either fumble it and fall into "never in a million years" or elevate to "he's so hot." This is a bit hard to understand as a guy because when we see a beautiful girl, we fall in love instantly. Let's talk about the 3 things that absolutely belong to the female gaze: height, income, and status. We've all heard the phrase 6 figures, 6 feet, and a 6-pack. All these things are attractive, but most guys still get it wrong. When girls say they want a taller guy, it's a relative statement. It means they want a man taller than them. And the same goes for income and status. Statistically, most couples have one thing in common. The man is only a few inches taller than the woman, and the man makes only a bit more money. Status is a bit harder to calculate, but we can assume this is probably true as well. And let's be honest, most guys lie about their height, which has created false expectations about what 6 feet actually looks like. So as long as you're a few inches taller and make slightly more than the woman you want to attract, you'll be fine. A lot of men's content on improving attractiveness can sometimes give the impression that you need to appeal to as many people as possible. Some traits are universal, like having good skin and an aesthetic body, but trying to appeal to as many girls as possible is practically impossible. Instead, find your niche and thrive in that area. If you're a gym guy and you're into bodybuilding, you're most likely going to attract fitness girls who share the same passions as you. Looking at human psychology, most people end up with people who are in their relative class and ethnic group. The same thing works here. Girls will find a guy who has similar hobbies or interests far more attractive than a guy who doesn't. And now, get ready, because this truth goes against what you've always been told. Girls don't like nice guys because it shows their weakness and desperate feelings to win her attention. Naturally, women want something they can't have rather than something they can easily get. So, not giving a girl too much attention isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's why women like bad boys, not because they're criminals or dangerous, but because they represent certain traits that are attractive. They're typically confident, social, and stand up for themselves and the people around them. Girls like a guy who sets boundaries and doesn't let people walk over him. Being a submissive pushover who seeks to please everyone is perhaps the most unattractive trait a man can have. And a bad boy represents the exact opposite of that. The traits behind being a bad boy attract a girl, and the same goes for being rich. It's not the money factor itself that makes a rich guy attractive, but rather the qualities behind acquiring wealth. Hard work, determination, leadership, and courage. Many men define their self-worth by the validation of being able to get attention from a beautiful girl. They try to compete with impossible standards or standards they can never reach. And as these men learn how to become more attractive to women, they come across videos that teach them to change their personality and who they are just to appeal to a girl. By making this video, I hope you've gained a fuller picture of what women are actually looking for through the female gaze. If this video helped you better understand female attraction, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.